Okay, let's get started. Just a few house cleaning items before we get going. As we go, we're going to have a break about halfway, 3/4 of the way through, where we're going to have some dessert. So they prepared some different things for us, and then we'll come back later. Pictures are going to be available afterwards as well, so we'll stay as long as you want to get pictures, if you still want to get team pictures and things like that. Well, maybe not as long as you want, but we'll see how that goes. So welcome to our third annual Blue and Gold Awards, and we hope you enjoyed the meal, and we'll do some thank yous later. But at this time, we're going to ask Dr. Knowles to come up, our Vice President for Advancement and Acting President.
Thanks. And #1 Charger fan, probably, too. So glad to be here tonight, and I've just been asked to make a few comments, but before I do that, I'm going to draw for a couple of tickets for the Crandall night, for the 2 free tickets for the Wildcats game. Drum roll. Okay, this is Rickson, but I don't think he's in the room, right? Okay, got to be in the room. Okay, Sarah Malenfant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to email Darby Smith, and you just go there and get your tickets. I'll tell her it's you, okay? Congratulations. So I thought of a few things that are in your world as athletes. And a lot of words kind of come to mind, like training, conditioning, competing, officials, coaches, teammates, injuries, winning, losing, things like that. And I want to say, as somebody who's kind of on the way on the other side, is that this is a very brief season of your life, and really enjoy it a lot. It's preparation, though, kind of like the minor leagues. This is what you're in for a bigger thing in life, the real deal, which is the rest of your life. The athletic staff, the coaches care a lot more about your life than just winning and losing games and practices and things like that. They really want to see you succeed and win at life. They care about the bigger picture of your character and who you will become from this point on. And in a lot of ways, how you've competed this year says a lot about who you are as a person. Sure, a ref makes a call. You disagree. Your teammate turns the ball over and tries to do it all herself. He criticizes other players. She lets the team down by being out of shape and can't keep up. You wish you were starting. You miss a key shot. You had a losing record. The coach pushes you hard to improve your game. You lost in a split decision. Your teammate stayed up late the night before the race and wasn't prepared mentally or physically. These are only a few of the possible scenarios. You can lose your cool. You can criticize. You can get discouraged. And some people even quit the team. It says a lot about a team and an individual when you win, but it also says a lot about when you lose and how you handle injuries and how you work with other people. Well, I've lived a lot longer than some of you here in this room, and life is about a whole lot more than games, races, and bouts. And just as an aside, I've kind of come out of retirement and play pickup ball with the boys there on Wednesday nights. That's really not a good place to clap, but I appreciate the encouragement. I go for 2 reasons, well, a few reasons. One is to be on the court with you and make a few memories, okay? The other is because my son asked me to go, and as long as he asks me, I'll never say no. No, it's true. It's true. And another goal is to just not get hurt. And another thing is that I don't want to ever say that I'm never going to go on the court again. It's bigger to me than you realize when it's like when you say, I'm never doing that again. Someday that will come in a few different areas for you. So I'm going to tell you that life can throw a lot at you. Your boss may not care much about you whining about a foul. You can't just quit the family because you get down on yourself. You're going to need discipline in your life and your finances. You're going to get knocked down a time or two, and you're going to have to get back up. It's more than a foul. It's losing a loved one. Facing illness, paying bills, facing criticism. It's called character. Paying and actually being a quality human being with perspective and giving your best effort, showing concern for other human beings, and someone who wants to make a positive contribution to the society. You know, other people are going to rely on you to step up in your home, in your career, and in your community. Seeing this season in life as an athlete as a means to that end will help you, but only in part. You need to have the right attitude and face each challenge with the resolve to grow deeper in your life and stronger. Other people are going to watch you. Students, neighbors, and someday your kids. So step up. Don't let them down, and be the very best version of you that you can be. Hebrews chapter 12 talks about running a race and that there are a great cloud of witnesses who surround us in the stands and cheer us on, inspirational figures. It further states that we're to keep our eyes on Jesus, who has set us the perfect example of love, sacrifice, humility, and service, and he gave his very life for you and me. And we must hang in there and persevere and cross the finish line well. So as you consider your life as an athlete, all this fun, all this enjoyment, all these memories, all these teammates and so on, think about also the bigger mark that you'll make in your one and only life in this world, and live from the inside out based on your life of character. Have a great evening and enjoy the celebration.
Thank you, Dr. Knowles. This is a celebration of you and all that you have accomplished this year, and I want to thank you. I saw a lot of heart and character this year. You know, it didn't necessarily show on the records, in our records, but we have improved dramatically in just 3 years that I've been here. Okay, and we'll talk a little bit more about this later, but I am so proud of all of you and all of your teams and where we've come. We're going to start off tonight by remembering Jamie Small. Jamie Small passed away this fall after being here for over close to 20 years. Probably some of you weren't even born yet when he started here. As a coach for the men and women, he was an assistant coach. He was a lover of basketball, and he contributed greatly to Crandall and where we are today. And we owe him a great deal for the commitment that he has made to us and to you and some of you who have had a chance to work with him. So we just wanted to take a moment to recognize Jamie. And we'll do a formal ceremony in the fall when we get back to somewhat normal competition. The 2 new changing rooms, the visitor changing rooms that are now ready, are dedicated to him. And so we'll bring in his family and we'll do a ceremony for him. So I just wanted to acknowledge Jamie and all that he has done for this program and for some of you as well. As we move on, we look at our game day staff. So we're going to start with them because, and some of you have worked on the game day staff. There is a lot of work that goes into making sure that we produce a good, I want to say show, but that everything is ready for you when you step on the court or on the field. They're usually here 2 hours before tip-off. They're here an hour after, setting up, getting everything ready, doing the broadcast work, doing the table work, making mistakes. And it's just part of the thing, and we learn and we grow. So we had a great staff this year. Most of them were new. So it's training on the go. You're in the line of fire right from day one. And we just want to acknowledge them. If you're here and I call your name, if you would just stand up. We're going to start with John Albanet. Gracie Andow, Nohala Bahunga, Samira Barr, Janelle Blanchette, Jay Carty, Maya Clapperton, Michael Collette, Sheldon Donovan, Ethan Druart, nobody standing up? Come on. Riley Fillmore, Sean Finnegan, Victoria Foley, AJ Kadri, Luke Knowles, Amy LeBlanc, Chloe McLeod, Aaron McLern, Emma Muir, Annalise Nyland. She's not going to stand up. Brogan Oldhauser, John Pluff, Adrian Roach, Kaya Shear, Michaela Summers, Braden Steves, Parker Steves, Donovan Stewart, Max Tomanez, sorry Shamir, Audrey Weaver, Holly Weaver, Simeon Willis, and Jaden Witt. What we do every week could not happen without you, so we thank you for all that you have done, and we have come a long ways in 3 years. Okay, we did not have a great reputation in our game day staff, and we have improved that greatly. And a lot of that goes to Eric Dixon. So Eric is in back there. So thank you, Eric, for coming on board this year. Next, we're going to announce our all-conference award winners. So we had 10 all-conference award winners this year. We're going to name them. We're going to start first team all-conference for women's volleyball, Janelle Blanchette. For men's basketball, Brett Curtis. For men's soccer, Ethan Druart. For women's soccer, Courtney Lutz. Second team all-conference, Juliana Augustine for women's soccer. Melora Cook for women's volleyball. Devon Glenn for men's basketball. Brody Hardwick for men's soccer. And then we have our runners, Sean Finnegan, cross country, conference champion and runner of the year. Daniel Hawks for cross country. Mary McLean for cross country. And then we have our head coach for cross country, Brandon Leblanc, who was coach of the year. So at this time, we're going to do team awards. We have 3 different team awards, depending on your program. The first one is Christian leadership. This athlete has made a positive impact on the team through their Christian faith and lifestyle. They have demonstrated Christian character, have a high level of integrity, dependability, and have fostered a positive relationship with coaches and fellow athletes. Then we have a coach's award. So the coach's award is this athlete best demonstrates the true spirit of Chargers athletics. It is given not only for hard work and personal improvement, but for a willingness to understand, learn, and exhibit a partnership with coaches and teammates. This athlete can be selected for outstanding offensive, defensive play, teamwork, and attitude, or for being an integral part of the team, whether on the bench or in a game. And then our team MVP, this athlete shows leadership skills and may have great technical skills as well, but this award focuses primarily on the ability to create team spirit, cohesion, and solid communication to keep their team together throughout the season. There is a lot of responsibility in keeping a team together and leading by example on and off the field of play. Players that receive this award show their leadership qualities in wins and losses and in their attitude, and they remain strong, determined, positive, and focused. So as you come and get your award, we ask that you come up on this side, your right, my left. You'll get your award from me. The coach is going to introduce it. You'll come down this side, and then you're going to go get your picture taken with the award, okay? And Carl is going to give you a box for your award to keep it safe, and then we'll move on. So your coaches are going to come up, and they're going to talk a little bit about the season, and then they're going to hand out the awards. We're going to start off with boxing. So Dr. Olhauser is in Ecuador at this point. So our assistant athletic director, is going to come up and talk about boxing.
You guys look good. Wow. So I am obviously not Dr. Olhauser, but he has sent this his words, so I will read them in his absence. Good evening. I send my regrets to you this evening as I have enjoyed the opportunity to serve as the national coach for the Bermuda Boxing Federation at the America's Continental Championships in Ecuador this week. I am glad that our athletic director, actually associate athletic director, can deliver my comments on my behalf. Crandall Charger Adrian Roach and myself have been here in South America since last week. We have enjoyed the tournament that has hosted national teams from 25 countries from North, Central, and South America. We have even had the experience of an earthquake last night and the sensation of feeling our 16-story hotel sway. For now, all is good. I wish to congratulate all of the Crandall teams this year for working through another challenging COVID sports year. No sport was immune to the effects of the pandemic, but I am proud of how all our teams kept going, kept their heads and attitudes steady throughout the challenge. I also wish to congratulate each athlete who's being honored this evening at the banquet. So he gives a little bit of a review here for boxing. Like the other teams at Crandall, we had a decent fall season with several trips through the Maritime region and one significant trip to an NCBA competition in New York at West Point Military College. Then December and Omicron arrived. That put a crimp in our plans. We had scheduled 2 events on the Crandall campus, one in October and one in January, but both fell victim to COVID. We were able to plan and execute a road trip to Edmonton, Alberta during the March break, and this was our second highlight of the season. Following that, one of our boxers, Adrian Roach, qualified to participate in Ecuador and give himself and his country of Bermuda and Crandall some awesome exposure. So as you heard, there are several different awards in each sport. So the first award for boxing would be the Boxer of the Year award. Every year, the boxing program recognizes 2 athletes for special awards. The first award is Boxer of the Year. This award goes to the athlete who has not only performed well in the ring, but has made a major contribution to the development and success of the team throughout the year. This year, our team captain, Sean Finnegan, has excelled in and out of the ring as an athlete, and because of this, I'm happy to congratulate Sean on being awarded the 2022 Boxer of the Year award. Congratulations, Sean. The other award for boxing is the Christian Character Award. The second award is the Christian Character Award, and this award, like for the other sports, recognizes the demonstration of Christ-like character through actions and attitudes on and off the team. The 2022 Christian Character Award in boxing goes to an athlete who rarely seems to have a bad day. He is always optimistic and encourages his teammates in skill and in life. This is clearly evident because of his love of Christ and his desire to see Christ make a difference in all that he does. The 2022 Christian Character Award in boxing goes to George Stavru. I don't believe George is here, but congratulations, George.
And George isn't here. So at this time, we're going to ask Brandon Leblanc to come up and talk cross country. So there, like they're there, if you want there.
Sounds good. Cool. All right, thank you, Jim. Let me adjust the mic because I'm a short lad. Okay, so first off, I always like to give thanks when we have these presentations. First of all, I want to thank Colin Cook and Sunny Bray Baptist for hosting us here. This has been a lovely evening so far, and I think there's much more to it. So thank you, Colin. Thank you, everyone at Sunny Bray Baptist. Foremost, as it relates to cross country, I want to thank my assistant coaches, John and Dakota Steves. You want to stand up over here? And also a new assistant coach that we brought in just in January. You may know her from last year, Kennedy Steves. Stand up, Kennedy. Next, I'd like to thank our athletics department. There is so much work that they put in around the clock. The amount of emails I've received from Jim at midnight or later is astonishing. They work around the clock to make sure that coaches, athletes, and the like can succeed. So thank you, Jim, Faye, and Carla in the athletics department, and the game day staff as well. Thank you. And finally, to university leadership, the ones that really bring us all to Crandall in the first place, beyond athletics, the academics that matters equally or so much more, perhaps. Bruce, Bob, John, and Heather, thank you for all that you do round the clock, year-round. So cross-country had a pretty historic season this year, and I'd like to talk a bit about that, but also I'd like to talk about things that we have done since our official cross-country season ended in November. We've had many accomplishments aside from that. So first off, our men's team captured the championship banner at the ACA Cross-Country Championships in October. The team was comprised of Sean Finnegan, Daniel Hawks, William Ross, Aaron Reimer, Logan Nickerson, and Charles Taylor. This was the first ever banner for our team, the second ever among all sports at our school, and our school's first ever banner since changing our name to Crandall University in 2009, which I'm pretty proud of. That was our major highlight, for sure. Mary McLean captured bronze at the ACA Championships. In doing so, Mary ended a 5-year medal drought for our team. We hadn't won a medal since 2016, so that was a huge accomplishment. She also captured only our second ever medal for the women's program. Sean Finnegan captured gold at the ACA Championships and was named Runner of the Year for that. This was the first ever gold medal for our team, male or female. As has already been shown, Mary McLean, Sean Finnegan, and Daniel Hawks were all named to the ACA All-Conference team, which is the most our team has ever put on there in one season. Our team flew to Calgary, Alberta, to compete in the CCA Championships in November. Sean Finnegan recorded a new top placement for the Chargers with a 52nd place finish. Mary McLean became the first ever female Charger to compete at these championships, and she set the bar high with a 64th place finish. And our men's team, the first time that Crandall has ever sent a full team to these championships, placed 15th overall. Aaron Reimer capped off his varsity career having raced in 3 ACA championships. It would have been 4, but thank you, COVID. Over the years, in his first ACA championships, Aaron was 11th. At the next, he was 10th. At his final one this year, he was 9th. Aaron, if I can squeeze 8 more years out of you, we will get you in that gold medal spot. But it's astonishing to see that much development progressive year over year. That's what we love to see in athletics. At our virtual race against Redeemer University just last weekend, Charles Taylor beat his time from the previous year by over 7 minutes. That's a lot. And at that same event, Matthew McGuire, one of our new walk-ons, ran an impressive time of 38:45 in his first ever competition, which was awesome. And finally, our most recent piece of news actually comes from just a few hours ago. So myself and a few athletes went down to St. John, New Brunswick, and competed in the Canadian Indoor Track and Field Championships. It only ended about 3 hours ago. We've been on the road quite a bit this weekend. And we had some pretty fantastic results. Bella Abel captured the silver medal in the U20 women's 3,000 meter, our first ever national medal for our program. And later, William Ross captured bronze in the U20 men's 400 meter. Awesome. So to say that I'm proud of this team would be an understatement. I'm proud not because of the banner, not because of the medals, not even because we went to nationals, as cool as that was. I'm proud because of the culture that we have fostered that has allowed us to achieve these results. I'm proud that we have put the health and well-being of our athletes first and foremost in every decision. I'm proud that our coaches and athletes support one another on the track, in the field, in the classroom, in the community, et cetera, et cetera. I'm proud that we show love to our competitors every step of the way, sometimes going as far as to congratulate them while they're actively passing us in a race. That happened once this season. And I'm proud that we seek to bring glory to God in all that we do and that we strive so that Christ might come to have first place in everything. It is our team culture that made us successful, and I can't wait to see how we continue to grow that. So let's move on to the awards. I don't have the full explanation for each one, but those were shown up here. Our first one is the Christian Leadership Award. I didn't prepare a whole lot to say about these athletes, so it's me winging it a little bit. Our Christian Leadership Award goes to someone who I think perfectly epitomizes what it means to love Christ with all of his heart. He actively shows that in every practice, in every competition, in every conversation that he has with coaches and with athletes. He fostered an environment that made these results possible this year, relationships between athlete and athlete, athlete and coach, coach and coach. This individual is Charles Taylor. Awesome. Our men's MVP, or I think our women's MVP is next. Yep, gotta flip the paper. Women's MVP should come as no surprise. She won bronze at the ACA Cross Country Championships. She is Mary McLean.
Thank you.
And finally, our third and final award is the men's MVP. This should really come as no surprise. He won a gold medal at our championships, the first ever for our program. Please give it up for Sean Finnegan. Wearing his boxing belt as well. That's all for me.
Next up, women's soccer.
Thanks, Jim. Courtney. Hi, I'm not that small, Jim. Okay, so women's soccer, we had a pretty good start to the season. In fact, we had a very good start to the season. My sixth season in. And we basically started off with a 1-1 tie against Mount St. Vincent University. Pretty unheard of sort of result for our team against a very, very strong team who actually made it through to the final at the end of the season. We followed that with 2 other ties against King's College and St. Thomas University. Problem was the rest of the season went sort of down from there. But there was quite a few positives. Maya, our goalkeeper, actually had 4 total shutouts during the season, which was pretty amazing, even though we did manage to scrape 1 win in the season. Unfortunately, when you score only 3 goals in 12 games, you're not going to win too many. So that's where we sort of struggled this season. We didn't have a goal scorer, and we suffered from it. I've done a lot of work in the off-season, and I'm still trying to get a striker in. We do have 1 coming in, and I've made another couple of good recruits coming in for this next season in September. So we're heading in the right direction. Keep going. I'm fairly confident we're going to achieve something in 2022, 2023 season. Okay? We're going to do it this year, girls. So I'm going to go straight on to the leadership, as my good friend from cross country did all the thank yous and everything else, so saves me doing it. Thanks, bud. Very nice. So Christian leadership. This young lady is positive, always smiling. Didn't get on the field much during the season. That didn't matter. She still came to every single practice, works extremely hard, and in my opinion, demonstrated how to be gracious and to be part of a team. Everybody loves her. I do in particular. Her name, Christian Leadership for 2022, is Grace Dory. Okay, so now we go on to the Coaches Award. This was a real nice surprise for me this year. This is a first-year player. Again, unfortunately not able to take part in every game. When she was available to play, she was absolutely outstanding. She came to all practices when able, and this is a superb addition to our team, and I'm really pleased that she has chosen to come back to Crandall next season. The Coaches Award this season goes to Kaya Shearer. Good job, girl. So now on to the team MVP. There are a few possibilities for this award, quite a few actually. Maya, of course, who, like I said, had 4 shutouts, performs well in every single game, was MVP last year in her I think, her first season with us, and she is just a superb goalie. I still don't understand how she didn't get goalie of the year for the league, but maybe where we finished in the league and the fact that we didn't help you to keep the ball out of the net as much as we needed to later on didn't help you, right? So Maya was fantastic. Jules, again, solid at the back, first year in, superb player from Miramichi. Got the second team All-Star this year for soccer, and again, fantastic. So she was another possibility. Then there was Emily Arsenault, who came in from the University of Moncton, UWM, came into the education program, so it was the first season with us. Again, an absolute leader, someone who would run through walls, and she did a few times. And again, great person, very worthy of the award. However, there's one person I think who really stood out for us this season, in a season where it was very difficult. Someone who's been with us for a while, and someone who's already achieved an award this year as the first team All-Star. So I'm sure you pretty much know who I'm talking about. The team MVP goes to Courtney Lutz.
Okay. Next up is men's soccer, Damien Dick.
Testing? All right, we're good. I didn't come up with anything formal, just kind of off the cuff here in the head, but I just want to thank the day team staffs, the game day staff, Jim, Carla, Faye, athletics. I mean, the absolute support you've given us over the last 2-3 years has been outstanding. Everybody sees it. All you athletes, when you walk in, you got brand new locker rooms. You walk into that gym, you look at that fitness room. I mean, that's the hard work that the school's putting behind it to support you as athletes. And it's going to get better, and it's going to get better. So, you know, I'd like to give us a big round of applause to you guys for doing that. Thank you very much. In my opinion, we had a great season, considering the fact is that we lost 4 recruits right off the stop because of international situations. COVID-19, couldn't get a few guys in because of passports. Early on the season, we were competitive, we were scoring goals, we were in games, and then we lost a few athletes to academics and personal reasons. So we went from 14, 15 bodies to a bare bones of 11. You know, we had guys like Drew come out with us. Drew, listen, hats off. You know, you talking about putting players into situations that, you know, are probably uncomfortable for the average player. Drew came in and literally, you know, we had to teach him soccer from day one, and ended up playing a lot of the games at the end of the season, being one of the best defenders, man-to-man marking anybody could ask for. So Drew, thank you very much for, you know, stepping up for that. You know, we got guys who come out from, you know, very little experience and background, coming out, showing up for every game, every practice, putting the work in, always showing up with a smile. Look, at the end of the day, you know what, like I said, wins and losses, they are important, yes, but for me it's how are we competing? Are we competing with integrity? Are we showing character? You know, are we battling? You know, one of the few things is, and I have to say, this is one of the very few teams I've ever coached in my life where somebody would foul us, we get injured and get up and apologize to them. Like, You know what? That's character, when you can jump up after a foul from somebody fouling you and say, hey, are you all right? You know, it's a great thing, you know, very competitive. I have to say it's a great environment. The toughest thing we had to do all year was find Christian a shirt with sleeves, you know, so it's, but we've gotten there, we fixed that. Dropped the wallet there too, buddy. But it was a great year. I wish I could give all of you, you know, individual awards, just because the effort was there. You know, my job didn't allow me to be there for half the games and the major part of the competition, so I kind of had to get the feedback from Kevin and the assistant coaches and Jim and everybody. And, you know, like I said, at the end of the day, for me, it was a success. We're still in the rebuilding process, but for me, the effort, the character is there. You know, we've still got a chance to win indoor league with the local senior league, and I'm looking forward to, you know, the additions we're going to be having here for next year. Lucas finally made it up. Thank you, Lucas. And you know, few more of those additions that are to come, and again, we'll be competitive and ready for next year. So, but with that said, I'd like to start off with the Christian Leadership Award. And for me, this was really a no-brainer. You know, this guy shows up game in, game out. He sets up, he's early for practices. If he's not the first one there, he's the last one to leave. To me, an absolutely true definition and example of a Crandall University athlete, Christian faith. You know, I've never seen the guy that he didn't have a smile on his face at all times, and, you know, an excellent captain for the team. So, Riley Fillmore, congratulations. So we got next? Okay, we'll just, okay. Congratulations. Nobody knows now. So the next thing we got to take care of is finding him a dry cleaner that actually doesn't shrink his pants. Anyhow. Okay, next one, Coach's Award. This one I had to put a lot of thought in because we had a lot of guys on the team this year that, for me, you know, stood out, did an incredible job. Game in, game out, gave everything. Practice in, practice out, gave everything. To me, one of the kind of unspoken early and long season heroes. Played, I don't know if he ever came off the field at all this entire year. His ability to, he's grown over the last 2 years athletically. He's a great teammate. Everybody knows him. And for me, you know, one of these unsung heroes that we had this year, this season, Luke Knowles. All right, last one, team MVP. So, as a defender and a center back by trade, I know it's one of the most ruthless positions you can play, in the sense that you can go out and have the best game of your life, 90 minutes, you can do this 15 games in a row, and you never get the accolades because there's always the guy that goes up and scores, or it's always the guy running around the midfield. This guy here is an absolute wall for us in the back. He commands, you know, the defense. He asks for the respect of his teammates with his effort on the field. You know, he's an incredible athlete and an incredible person in general. And Ethan Druitt, MVP. Thank you very much. Congratulations, sir.
Next up, women's basketball. Best picture of them all. Best picture of them all. Do you have it all there? Like it's on the back.
I do have it. Does it matter what order?
Doesn't matter, whatever you want.
Okay. All right. The 2021-2022 Crandall women's basketball team made a name for ourselves this year. Despite a regular season record of 2-10, this season saw several areas of growth and accomplishment. We opened the season with a tight 65-63 loss to University of King's College, followed by our second home game where we successfully kept the national contenders MSVU on their toes for a full 40 minutes. This showed our ability and work ethic from day one. We closed out the first half of our regular season with a convincing 65-51 win over UMBSJ. This year, the girls earned a playoff spot for the first time in many years by beating out UMBSJ for a second time with a final score of 70-50. Not only did they earn their playoff spot once through regular season wins, but they earned it again by beating the Seawolves a third time in the playoff wildcard game by a score of 63-54. We had many accomplishments this year, both individual and as a team. Alexa Rancourt finished second in the league for rebounds per game. Megan Galley was in the top 10 for points scored per game. From the get-go, Crandall proved to be strong on the boards. We earned first place for offensive rebounds per game, third place overall for defensive rebounds allowed. Together, this earned us second place league-wide in rebound margin per game. 4 out of 10 of our players this year averaged double digits for points scored per game, which saw us as the only team in the conference with more than 3 players averaging double digits. While the record was not what we had hoped for, there were many other wins for our program. We have continued to climb the ladder to our destination. The culture of women's basketball at Crandall is strong, and each of the girls on this year's team played a key role in further developing the program. I would like to thank the girls who are leaving for their contributions and hope that they continue to support the program as alumni. Before we get back to work for next season, I would like to introduce this year's award recipients. The Christian Leadership Award is given to the athlete who has made a positive impact on the team through their Christian faith and lifestyle. This year, this award goes to Alexa Rancourt. The Coach's Award is given to an athlete who best demonstrates the true spirit of Crandall athletics. It is given not only for hard work and personal improvement, but for a willingness to understand, learn, and exhibit a partnership with coaches and teammates. This year's Coach's Award is going to someone who has literally played every position on the floor, Sydney Balzer. And finally, the Crandall Women's Most Valuable Player is an athlete who shows both leadership skills and technical skills. She works hard to create a team spirit, cohesion, and solid communication. As an individual who leads by example on and off the court, she remains strong, determined, positive, and focused. The MVP for women's basketball, Emily Briggs.
And last but, oh, no, we have 2 more, sorry. Men's basketball. It's just on the flip side.
Perfect. I'd like to start by saying a few thank yous because I know there's been a lot of thank yous said, but it's something that needs to be done. And our athletic department, school administration, professors, our game day people, our physio staff is as good as anyone in any university in this country. And I've been lucky enough to be around a few schools that are at the U Sport, and it's as good or better. And it gives you a feeling that you're part of a family, and that's what after 2 years I'm starting to feel here is this is a family atmosphere. And I was lucky enough to go to St. Francis Xavier University that hangs their hat on being a family atmosphere. And I would say after 2 years, X is chasing us now. it comes with a small school. That's one thing, but it's more than a small school. It's the people that invest in you. The athletic department, the administration that sees such value in what we do, and then everybody else, and having a physio department that wants to make sure you're always healthy as you can be, and professors that push you in the classroom as hard as we push you on the courts and the fields. So I think it's really, really important that those thank yous go out as many times as we can, because without that support, and I have been involved in places that does not have support like they have at Crandall, and it makes it so much more difficult to do what we do. Now the season for us got off to a really good start, and I said on March 14th, was that the date, March 14th, when the mask came off, that I would never say this word again, but after Christmas, COVID hit any team that was active pretty hard, and it made it very difficult to come back after Christmas and start the second half of the season. But we battled through it, and we did what we needed to do to get into the playoffs, and then injuries happen. And I've been around a long time, and I know that these things are what we call sport. These are the obstacles that get thrown in our way. They don't define who we are. They're just the obstacles that get thrown in our way. And what does define us is how we rise up to meet those challenges. And I've watched every team this year deal with injuries, different situations that they rise above and take every opportunity they can to become better people. And really, that's what sport does. Sport drives you to be a better person. Right? And as a coach and as our athletic department, the theme that I see at Crandall is we serve. Right? We serve the people that we're investing in. And to me, that's what leadership is all about. It's not about power. It's not about, look at me, I'm the head coach or I'm the captain. It's about serving. Right? And you serve the people to get the best out of them you can. And I'm extremely grateful to have the guys that I have on my team, and they allow me to do what I do, and they support me 100%. And I would do anything for them. The hardest talk you will ever have with your team is the last game of the year in the locker room when you were not the championship team. That's the most difficult talk you can have as coach. But it's also one of the most informative and learning conversations you can have, because you really learn about who you are and you learn about the relationship you have with your athletes. And I'm proud to say that I think the relationships that the coaches have in this room with their athletes are second to none, and that's a really, really important thing. I could go game by game and tell you how our season went, but it's really not as important as the other things. The relationships you make are the most important thing, right? Because it's going to see you through 20 years, 25, 30 years down the road. You won't remember the shots or the goals or the races as much, but you will remember relationships. And if that's what we value and that's what we push, then at the end of the year, we're all successful. And I think this year has been a fantastic year for every team, not only our boys basketball team or the cross-country team or the girls volleyball or basketball. The success is there. You can see it. And after only 2 years in, but living pretty much my whole life in the city watching Crandall, this sports community at Crandall is going to do some big things in the next few years. You can see it coming. And that has a lot to do with the support we have with Jim as the athletic director and the athletic department doing so much to support what we do. So thank you, Jim, especially, and Faye and Carla. I had a coach tell me once that you either win or you learn. There's no such thing as losing. And that's a slogan I've used a lot through my career. And every team in here is learning. Doesn't matter if you won the championship this year or not. You take what happened and you learn and you push through so you're better next year. And some of those lessons that we learn have nothing to do with sport. Right? And it's the ones that we get, those are the ones we have to cherish. So, enough of the old guy talking. Let's get some awards. So, Christian leadership goes to what I think is the heart of our team. Morally, he is rock solid. He represents every Christian value that everybody should want to have. He leads in such a way, he serves his team. And I said that earlier, leadership is about service, and he serves his team. He serves every one of them. There's not a person in the gym he doesn't talk to every time he walks in to make sure everybody's doing well. And he doesn't worry about himself at all, ever. And again, he's the heart of our team. So Christian leadership goes to Devon Glenn. Oh, so to the back side. He's got a bad wheel right now, so but he looks like he's going dancing. Coaches Award, and I probably speak for a lot of coaches. We probably should have as many awards as we have players. The athletes at the school are very, very committed and dedicated, and just the reputation that I'm starting to hear from a lot of people that I know in other teams in the conference and other places in the country, that the little school in the East is starting to get a reputation as a school that represents well and represents the right way. And my Coach of the Year this year goes to a player who never complains, never asks me. I could give him 10 different assignments in one game, all different, and he just says, yes, coach, yes, coach. He struggled through a surgery this winter, came back as strong, like he hadn't even missed after being out for probably 12 weeks. And again, I can ask him to do anything, and he does it anytime because he does what he has to do for the team. So the Coaches Award goes to Gabe Cormier. That makes it all good. Don't want to slight the soccer team, but Gabe said he was wearing loafers, so the short pants makes it okay. The socks can come off real quick. Just get them off. All right, MVP. Before I announce the MVP, I just want to acknowledge we're only losing one senior this year. And Colby Lawrence has been around Crandall University for a long time. Right? And he's been giving his all and coming back. And I understand what it's like to be an athlete playing when you're quite a bit older than everybody else, because I did it at X, and it's not always easy to do. Right? To come in, day out when your body is hurting, because I hate to tell you this, but as you get older, your body's going to hurt a whole lot more. And it's not that far off before it starts hurting. And Colby and I had a conversation. I'm not going to tell you how it went, but it was a conversation when I first took over the team. And the conversation kind of ended with, Colby, you know that's not going to happen with me. You don't need to know what the rest of the conversation was about. And from that moment on, he has been as a dedicated a leader and a dedicated to his effort, especially with some of the younger players. And I think we really need to acknowledge our seniors as much as we can, especially when they're going on into the world, to take with what they learned here on. And Colby, I know you're in the education program and about to go out into the world of teaching, and I think you'll make a fantastic teacher. So thank you for everything you've done. Mitch told me it's been since 2014. I didn't believe that, but 2014 it is then. All right? So just wanted to wish you luck. So MVP of this year's team was a guy that came to our team from a little school down the road in Sackville, and came in and I saw the value in Brett Curtis last year when we played only 5 or 6 games, and he wasn't getting huge time at Mount A, but he kept killing us with the time he was getting. And I'm like, I don't know why Coach Chapman's not playing him, but I'm happy. And so when he reached out to me that said he had got into the education program, I was ecstatic because I knew what type of player he was. The bigger part was what type of human being he is. And he is one of the most fantastic young men I've ever coached. So MVP goes to Brett Curtis.
And last but not least, women's volleyball. So I just have my flip that way. Okay.
So I know there's been a lot of thank you said already, but I'm going to reiterate a couple of them. First off, I don't think many of us, including coaches, understand what it takes to run an athletic department. I know what it takes to run a volleyball team. I don't know what it takes to run an athletic department. And the staff that has been assembled to do that for us, quite honestly, if I could put into the CCAA a nomination for Athletic Director Team of the Year, these guys, I think, deserve it. So once again, I think they need a round of applause. Secondly, Crandall is a special school. That can be said about probably in a lot of ways, but this year we had a student who was struggling on our team. And she got a hold of me, this was before Christmas, she got a hold of me and said, I can't come to practice today. I said, okay, what's up? She said, I gotta go meet with the prof. I said, fine, come when you're done. Because the meeting was at the time the practice was supposed to start. I figured 15-minute meeting, right? Go meet with the prof. How long you wanna meet with the prof? 15 minutes. Great, you'll be down afterwards. She didn't show up to practice, so I called her later on. I was like, you okay? Everything good? She said, yeah, you wouldn't believe it. My prof spent 2 hours. They took a paper that I had handed in, and it was terrible, and they worked with me for 2 hours. I don't know if you guys realize, this doesn't happen at university. Like, I went to UMB. I was in a first-year psych class with 560 students. This doesn't happen at university, and I think you guys are blessed by the school that you are attending. I'm blessed to coach at this school, and just a fantastic. So I want to say thank you not only to our athletic staff, but our profs and our administration at the school. And one other group that hasn't been thanked yet tonight, and I have said this all season long, and I will continue to say it tonight and as we go forward, our school has the best fans in the league, hands down. And many of you on different teams, you come out and you support each other. And I got to tell you, I've had other coaches come and say, what an atmosphere in our gym when they come in. Partly created by the new look to the gym, the new feel of the gym, but mostly created by you guys. When you cheer on each other, you build each other up, you encourage. It is awesome to see. I love our school and what is happening. And Todd, you hit it on the head. There is something special happening at Crandall. Other coaches and other schools are talking about it. Honestly, there's some things, and I'll talk about our team in just a moment, but there's some things that happen at the end of our season. And I had other coaches getting a hold of me, telling me how much they're cheering for our team. I've never heard tell of this. I've never heard tell of other coaches at this kind of competitive level calling and saying, I'm cheering for you. That is not common. But there's something special about what's happening at Crandall. And it's a lot of it is the way that you guys carry yourselves on and off the court and on the field and on the track. And wherever you are, you handle yourselves in such a way that other people are taking notice and they're saying there's something special about that school. And they're right. For our team, this was an interesting year. We came into this year only having ever played one season. This is only our second season of volleyball. We started off the year, I was really excited. When I looked at our lineup, I thought this is awesome. Before the season started, we lost our two starting middles. Halfway through the season, we lost our starting left side, and it was a bit of a rough go. We ended up with 3 wins. That's can you say a 300% improvement over nothing? It's actually, that math doesn't work out, but we were, yeah. we were thrilled to get those wins under our belt. The season ended difficult. Our last 2 games that we played, we won. We won our final game of the season, and then we won the play-in game. We're excited to go and play Holland College. There had been some things that they had said to us and about us, and we were excited to go play this team. And of course, it ended with us having to forfeit because of, once again, COVID. But this group of girls handled that so well. Proud of you girls. You did not let that throw you into a stir, and I know that the possibility was there. Like, we really could have had some things that could have been said and done, but you handled it with grace, and just really proud of you all as a team. On to some awards. Christian leadership. So this particular person who's going to get the Christian Leadership Award, when she comes into a room, and it doesn't matter if it's a volleyball court, it doesn't matter if it's a class at school, it doesn't matter where it is, when she walks into a room, everyone knows she's there because she's smiling, she's laughing, and I used to think that she used to do things on purpose to make other people laugh because that's what she wanted to do. It's just her personality. Everywhere she goes, she just laughs and smiles, and she brings it to the team every single practice. There isn't one practice, not a single one that went by this year where I wasn't bent over laughing because of this particular person. And it's not only her smile, it's just the way she carries herself. She carries herself with dignity. She carries herself well. She was probably our most improved player on the team as well. Christian Leadership Award goes to Emma Hiltz. All the other coaches can take after me on this next one for Coaches Award. I couldn't narrow it down to one, so I chose 2. I got a hold of Jim, and I'm like, can I possibly do 2? Because there was no way that I could narrow this down to 1. The first young lady, she has been with us since near the beginning, which, by the way, I should have mentioned with our team. Our team had a grand total of 2 players in their second year of eligibility. Every other player on our team was a rookie. Let that sink in for a second. That's a young team. One of those girls who was in her second year of eligibility, if the school had an award for the person who was the best promoter of Crandall University, this girl would get it. Everywhere she goes, she's talking about the school. She loves Crandall University. She absolutely loves it. She loves our team, and it shows in everything she does. She's looking for ways to help. She's always asking me different things. I watched some video. Can I bring some notes on this? She's always looking about how she can help our team to improve. Not only that, she was one of the best players in the league this year. She led the league in kills. You want kills. She led the league in kills. She was at the top of the league in service aces. She just dominated this league in her second year of eligibility. And so my first Coach's Choice Award goes to Janelle Blanchette. The second Coach's Choice Award, so I said there was only 2 people in their second year of eligibility. Everyone else was a rookie. This is a rookie who, from the moment she walked in the door of the gym, changed the culture of the team completely. First practice, I'm making them run stairs. Any other coaches make the kids run stairs? Kids. What am I saying? You guys aren't kids. So I send them out to run stairs, and they're all kind of doing their thing, running the stairs nice and easy. And this girl comes chasing behind them saying, I'm going to catch you, I'm going to catch you, I'm going to catch you. She brings an energy that is contagious. She wants to improve and get better. I started talking to her a couple of years ago, and I thought, there is no way in the world that I'm going to be able to bring this girl from Australia to Crandall University. But I think you all can probably agree she's not only changed the culture of our team, she probably changed the culture of the school single-handedly when she walked in. She is a hard worker, she loves people, she loves everyone around her, and she makes the team better just by being there. So the other Coach's Choice Award this year goes to Amy Leblanc. MVP. This young lady, a lot of you probably don't know this, but the reason Crandall University has a women's volleyball team is not because of their coach. It's not because of the athletic director who was around at the time. It's because one young lady who was graduating from high school, going into a program at Crandall, decided to reach out to Dale Stairs and say, is there any chance maybe Crandall could have a volleyball team in the near future? Because I'm going and, well, I'd really like to play. And she made a couple of calls, and she kept reaching out. And sooner or later, those calls meant that Dale Stairs was reaching out to the athletic director saying, what are the chances we could do this? And the athletic director saying, oh, I don't know, I guess we're going to have to find a coach. And one day, I'm sitting back in that sound booth for an event that was here, and Tia happened to be here. And I said, Tia, I heard you guys are looking at a volleyball program. How's that going? He said, well, great. We've got a coach lined up, and we're ready, just about ready to really kind of move forward with presenting this. And I said, oh, cool. Who's the coach? He says, I don't remember his name. I said, oh, where's he from? He's from right here in the city. He coaches one of the high schools, I think at McNaughton. I said, oh, well, I coach at McNaughton. Well, like, could it be? And I named one of the other coaches at the school. He said, no, that's not it. And I said, is it Colin Cook? And he said, it is. But that all started from some phone calls. Yeah, that's how I got named coach. But that all started from some phone calls from a young lady who wanted to play volleyball in university. And from the moment that we started this team, this girl has led this team. Yeah. Not supposed to do this. Man, I come up here and preach every week and I don't do this. We're going to miss her. She graduates this year. She's going off to probably a foreign country to do missions. And they're going to be lucky because they're going to get a girl who's going to come in and she's going to lead them in the same way she's led this team. And, sorry. I have tried all year to recruit her back for her 5th year of university. Hasn't worked. But this year's MVP, it's no secret now, Melora Cook.
Okay, we're almost to halftime. We just have a couple more things we want to do. This is something new we haven't done before, and we want to recognize the captains of our team. Captains play an important role, not only as a liaison between the team and the coach, but they also lead. They take the heat sometimes, but they are the mentors to the new crew coming in. They help set the culture. So we wanted to recognize you, and we have little medallions that we had made up for our captains, and I'm going to call you up, and we'll give you, Faye, do you want to hand those out? And then just come and get your medallion, and then if you want to get a picture with all the captains together over there, would be great. Men's basketball, Devon Glenn and Colby Lawrence. Women's basketball, Emily Briggs. Cross country, Charles Taylor, Mary McLean. Men's soccer, Riley Fillmore, John Albinet. Women's soccer, Emily Saunier, Megan Cook. And women's volleyball, Melora Cook, Janelle Blanchette, and Sarah Malafont, sorry, just say your name. And Tori Ketch, sorry. Sorry, Tori. Sorry, we missed Tori. Next, we want to announce our CCAA National Scholar Award winners. This is a little bit odd because this happens over the academic year and not necessarily our school year, or not our seasons, I mean. So these would be our Scholar Award winners from last year, and we're just going to announce them right here. So we have Celine Albinet, John Albinet, Kylie Balser, Cindy Balser, Melora Cook, Gabe Cormier, Riley Fillmore, Tori Ketch, Luke Knowles, Emily and Colby Lawrence, Rachel Leland, Maggie Namath, Ashley Shaw, Ariana Shoemaker, Kennedy Steves, Parker Steves, Mitch Weber, and Amy West. So the National Scholar Award recognizes excellence in academics. We also are pleased to announce our CCAA All-Canadian Awards for this year. So the CCAA All-Canadian Award combines the academic excellence with athletic excellence. So you would have to be named to an all-conference team and also meet a certain academic standard. This year we have 4, which is the most I think we've ever had. So I'm pleased to announce, the CC Academic All-Canadian Award is the CCAA's most prestigious student-athlete honor, and epitomizing the commitment to academic success and athletic achievement. The awards haven't actually come in yet from the national office, but when they do, we'll give them to you. But we would like to recognize them. So if you would come up and just stand here, and then we can salute you that way. So for women's volleyball, Melora Cook. For men's basketball, Brett Curtis. Men's soccer, Ethan Druart. And for cross country, Mary McLean. Yep. So our CCAA Academic All-Canadians. Congratulations. So at this time, we're going to take 15 minutes. So there's cake and other desserts over there, and we'll meet back here in 15 minutes. Okay, we're gonna get started. If there's anybody else over there? Okay, we're almost done. We're in the home stretch. Okay, we just have a few more to go, but before we get any further, there's a few people we need to thank. And like I have a list, we have a slide that's gonna go up, and I hope I didn't miss anybody, but I'm sure I did. But we wanna start off by thanking Dr. Fawcett, Dr. Knowles, who is acting president for the next week or so, the President's Council, Board of Governors, they all put together and believed in us and what has happened to our facilities in the last year and a half, 2 years. We really have a facility now that is second to none. Okay, we have the best facilities in the league, the best home changing rooms in the league, physio, everything. We are top notch. We have invested in you to give you the tools you need to be successful. Okay, and part of that includes bringing on Natasha to help with nutrition, the strength and conditioning, the physio. We will be having a chaplain who will be coming in next year and be working on the spiritual side. And then we have the mental health part of it as well. So we really are investing in you as a whole person, not just as an athlete. Because if you leave Crandall as just a better athlete, then we failed. Okay, we want you to leave here as a better person, a more well-rounded person, and more accomplished and ready to take on the world. He will be Dr. Stairs shortly, but Reverend Dale Stairs, who is my boss, our coaches, the investment that they make in you, we cannot pay you enough. The work that you have done with our teams to raise our level of play and our confidence, and the work that you're doing to bring in new bodies. There's so much that happens behind the scenes that we don't see. Coaching is not easy. It is not easy, and it involves a lot of sacrifice. Family time, vacation time, things like that. They invested in you because they see the potential in you and they believe in you. Our advancement team, who helps bring in money to help give you some of the scholarships that you enjoy. Our admissions team, who helps get you situated and accepted and all that stuff. Our facilities team, who make sure that our places that we lounge and all that stuff are clean. Our finance team, who helps you with anything related to your financials. Our housing team, Faye and Carla, who are part of our athletics staff. And Eric, who has come on board this year to work with game days. We have really cleaned up our game days. We were not well respected in the league in a lot of different areas, but our game day really suffered. But that has really changed this year, and we have had no complaints. It's been a learning year for sure, but we are just building year over year and getting better at what we do. Tyson, Jill, Julia, our physio massage staff who work to help you through injuries and keep you going. Tanya and Matt, who are working to get photos of you that we can put on the slideshow, that we can put in social media and some different things like that. Natasha, who's working with your nutrition. Jordan and Cody, who are doing strength and conditioning. And I want to recognize Sam. Sam is our chef tonight, who put together this great meal. Well done, Sam, and he works full-time, and he did this for us, and it's a lot of extra work, and we really appreciate the meal that you put together, and the desserts and all that stuff. It was wonderful, and we really appreciate it. Thank you. And if you enjoyed the music when you first came in, Trio Carte Blanche, wonderful, set the atmosphere a little bit different than what we may be used to, so we appreciate them. And then the church here, Sunnybray, for opening their doors to us and allowing us to come in and take over on a Sunday evening. We really appreciate that. We're going to move on now and we want to recognize our graduates. Some of you were recognized at your last home game. We weren't able to do everybody as we had hoped due to COVID and some different things, so we want to honor you now. The medallions that we had done up for our captains, we have also done up for our graduates as well. And we're going to call you up, and we want to recognize you and thank you for the investment that you made in Crandall and the legacy that you are leaving behind and the footprints and that we will follow and that we will build upon as we go forward. So thank you for all that you have done. And we were going to start off by recognizing Melora Cook. Kylie Balser. Sydney Balser. Samara Barr. Haley Briggs. Riley Fillmore. Tori Ketch. Mary McLean. Aaron Reimer. And Emily Saunier. So we're down to our last 4 major awards. The next one will be our Unsung Hero. This award is given to an individual who goes above and beyond to help build and shape Crandall athletics. The Unsung Hero works behind the scenes and personifies the spirit and values of our program. The award recognizes the preparation and commitment required to ensure our teams have the tools they need to succeed. And this year, the Unsung Hero goes to Annalise Nyland. Next up is our Athletes of the Year. This award is given to the athlete who brings that extra something to their game. On top of outstanding skills, it encompasses character, integrity, leadership, academics, communication, and other intangible traits. Sum up all of our awards and you get an Athlete of the Year. The Athlete of the Year consistently gives maximum effort in practice and on the field of play, and inspires and encourages their teammates to follow their lead. The Athlete of the Year demonstrates a commitment to their sport, pride in their team, and represents the university with excellence, pride, and class. And I am very thrilled to give the Women's Athlete of the Year to Courtney Lutz. We'll get that one done later. And our Male Athlete of the Year is probably no surprise, Sean Finnegan. So our last award of the evening is our Dr. Seth Crowell Award. This is a new award that we started a couple of years ago. Dr. Crowell was instrumental in getting athletics going at Crandall, and he has been a professor for longer than most of us have been alive. And he recently retired from Crandall University. Still teaches a couple of courses, I believe, part-time. This award specifically recognizes excellence in academics. The athlete has combined their strong academic record with their love of sport. They have also shown strong leadership skills and a positive relationship with coaches, teammates, and the Crandall community. Our award winner this year is Sydney Balser. So that concludes, and I just have 2 seconds to say something, and I'm not going to give you a big speech. You've been here a long time, and thank you for sitting through all this, but I am thrilled to be part of this community, to be part of this university, and to do what I do. And I came across this slide a month ago or so on my social media. You've probably seen it before, but it says the importance of smaller steps. It's something you can apply in life or in athletics. Our goal is competitive championship level teams every year. You know, we want to be competing for a championship all the time. And if we're trying to take the shortcut on the right, we're never going to get off the ground. But we're taking the little steps every year. So this year we took a lot of little steps in our facilities. We've had some great success in our teams, even though the wins and losses don't necessarily show it. And as we go forward, we're going to keep moving up the ladder. And that's all I want to leave you with, is we're trying to move up the ladder. Our goals are high, and that's where we're going. Okay, so we're going to take every step. Every year, we're going to take one little step, maybe 4 or 5 or 6. I would say we're probably about halfway up the ladder now. We've won some games, and now we need to learn how to win. Okay, there's a difference. Okay, we're on our way. We need to start learning and keep moving and keep stepping. Okay, great things are in store for Chargers Athletics, and I really believe that. We have wonderful administration who are supporting us. We have great coaches who are leading you, and I think the future is really bright. So I want to thank you for everything that's happened. It's been a crazy 2 years of COVID. This year we thought was going to be somewhat normal, and it turned out to be probably worse than the year before. And it's just been constant turmoil up and down, but you have remained resilient. And I've been so proud to watch our teams never lose heart, play with conviction, even when the scores were against us. Last game of the season, we were not in a playoff hunt, and you would have never known it. We competed to the last whistle every time. And you can stand tall and stand proud and be happy that you are a Charger, because we're happy to have you. So I wish you all well in your exams, and I hope you work hard this summer and come back ready to do even greater things next year. Thank you. We'll see you next year.